Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay, so today we are going to be reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter number 10, entitled The Opulence of the Absolute, text number 36. Dyutam Jalayatam Asmi Teja Tejasvinam Aham Jaya Asmi Vyasaya Asmi Sattvam Sattvavatam Aham Dyutam Chalayatam Asmi Tejasvinam Aham Jayo Asmi Vyasayo Asmi Sattvam Sattvavatam Aham Dyutam Chalayatam Asmi Tejasvinam Aham Jayo Asmi Vyasayo Asmi Sattvam Sattvavatam Aham Dyutam Chalayatam Asmi Tejasvinam Aham Jayo Asmi Vyasayo Asmi Sattvam Sattvavatam Aham Dyutam Chalayatam Asmi Tejasvinam Aham Jayo Asmi Vyasayo Asmi Sattvam Sattvavatam Aham Dyutam Chalayatam Asmi Tejasvinam Aham Jayo Asmi Vyasayo Asmi Sattvam Sattvavatam Aham Dyutam Chalayatam Asmi Tejasvinam Aham Jayo Asmi Vyasayo Asmi Sattvam Sattvavatam Aham Dyutam Chalayatam Asmi Tejasvinam Aham Jayo Asmi Vyasayo Asmi Sattvam Sattvavatam Aham. Okay, word for word translation. Dyutam, gambling. Chalayatam, of all cheats. Asmi, I am. Tejaha, the splendor. Tejasvinam, of everything splendid. Aham, I am. Jaya, victory. Asmi, I am. Vyasaya, enterprise or adventure. Asmi, I am. Sattvam, the strength. Sattvatam, of the strong, Aham, I am. You're going to read now the translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, I am also the gambling of chiefs, and of the splendid I am the splendor. I am victory, I am adventure, and I am the strength of the strong. So please repeat after me. I am the gambling of chiefs, and of the splendid I am the splendor. I am victory, I am adventure, and I am the strength of the strong. Perfect? There are many kinds of cheaters all over the universe. Of all cheating processes, gambling stands supreme and therefore represents Krishna. As the supreme, Krishna can be more deceitful than any mere man. The unfortunate commentator who wants to cheat Krishna is cheated by Krishna, and the commentator cannot understand Krishna after any length of time. If Krishna chooses to deceive a person, no one can surpass him in his deceit. His greatness is not simply one-sided, it is all-sided. Among the victorious, he is victory. He is the splendor of the splendid. Among the enterprising and industrious, he is the most enterprising, the most industrious. Among adventurers, he is the most adventurous. And among the strong, he is the strongest. When Krishna was present on earth, no one could surpass him in strength. Even in his childhood, he lifted Govardhan hill. No one can surpass him in cheating. No one can surpass him in splendor. No one can surpass him in victory. No one can surpass him in enterprise. And no one can surpass him in strength. Om Agyana Timrandasya Niranja Shalakaya Chakshur Ulkitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Vedamaya Tadati Swapadantikam He Krishna Purna Sindhu Dina Bada Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namustute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vijaya Vaneshwari Vishakandasute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpadurvasya Kripa Sindhu Bhivacha Vaditanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadara Shri Asadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Yutam Chalayatam Tejas Vinamaham Jayosmi Vyavya Sayosmi Sattvam Sattvavatamaham. I am also the gambling of the chiefs, and of the splendid I am the splendor. I am victory, I am adventure, and I am the strength of the strong. Okay, so this is a continuation of what we have been covering in the past few days and weeks about all the opulences of Bhagavan. And here Bhagavan is explaining 4 more opulences. But now these opulences are now looking at not only the good side, but also the bad side. So like, of course we think that how is cheating good? But Krishna's cheating is also very good. And he's a blessed at it. Because anything that we see in this world is already existing in the spiritual world. If you look at the 15th chapter, this is right now the Purushottam month. So the 15th chapter is about Purushottam Yoga. And even in that chapter, it starts off with saying that there is a big banyan tree. And then, but its roots are upwards and its branches are downwards. And where can we find such a tree? So in the Gita it is said that you can find such a tree on the banks of a river, where the actual tree is reflected onto the body of the water, where you find that the roots are upwards and then the leaves are downwards. So this material world is like an upside down tree, but a reflected tree of the original tree. But now this original tree is the spiritual world. And whatever is there in the spiritual world is exactly exactly replicated in the material world, but in a perverted way. So the cheating that happens in the spiritual world is very much pleasure giving, but here it is suffering. It gives suffering. So it's a perverted reflection of that. So even Krishna is the greatest cheater, but when he does cheating, it is supremely beautiful, it is supremely attractive. And even now, even to this age, we always sing about the glories of Krishna stealing butter. Even 5,000 years have passed from that, but still everyone still sings that because Krishna performed it. And because Krishna performed it, it is very beautiful, it is very attractive. Not a common thief who goes around the world and starts stealing stuff. That is not very attractive. That we will actually put sentence and charge that thief. But when Krishna does it, it is very, very attractive. Okay? So, let us understand this in more detail. So, Krishna says, or Prabhupada says in Prabhupada, that in all of cheating, gambling is the greatest. But what does gambling even mean? So, gambling means any transaction that brings anxiety. That's the definition of gambling. It's any transaction that will bring anxiety. But as we think about it, all our material endeavors, all that we do, is nothing but a big gamble on life. We think that by doing this and that, we will be happy in life. By trying to get any different positions and possessions, by endeavoring for different positions and possessions, we think that we are winning in life, that we are successful in life. But no matter whatever possessions you get, no matter what positions you get, it is very temporary. And it doesn't actually solve the four basic problems of life. So the four basic problems of life arise because we are a spirit soul which is enclosed in a material body. And this body gives rise to the four basic problems of life. So how do you spell body? It's B-O-D-Y. So the four problems are also known as B-O-D-Y. B stands for birth, O stands for old age, D stands for disease, and Y stands for Yamraj, which is death. So because we have a body, we will have these four problems of life continuously with us as long as we are subjected to having a material body and subjected to being in this material world. So no matter whatever we do, we will always have these four problems. And it is not a problem that we will have only on this planet. In any material planet, starting from the highest to the lowest, we have these four problems. Okay? So, chasing after material endeavors will also make us full of anxieties. So how does it make us full of anxieties? It makes us full of anxieties by two things. The first thing is that it drives by the fear of failure. What if you don't get it? What if you don't get something? That fear of failure is already giving you anxiety. Second is that we will lose everything that we get. Anything, all the possessions, all the positions, they are all temporary. So now we have a fear of losing that. And if somebody else has more than us, then they will get love and they'll get more respect, and we can't bear that. We cannot bear losing that. So that material things and material opulences, they are temporary, and because they are temporary, they are full of anxiety. And that is like us gambling our life on material pursuits. There used to be a French philosopher and mathematician actually, by the name of Pascal. Now Pascal is very famous in mathematics for calling the Pascal triangle. And as a mathematician, he was also a big logician. And he has devised something known as the Pascal's wager or the wager. So now what the Pascal's wager is all about is like he says that it is better to believe in God than to not believe in God. And how do we know this? So he drew a quadrant, and in the quadrant he put 1, there is God, and 2, and the next one is there is no God. And then he says, the other part he says is that happiness, like the positive and the negative. So he said that, or eternal life, there's eternal life or there's no eternal life. So he says that if there is no God and there is no eternal life, then you have not gained nor have you lost anything. But if there is a God and you have not believed, the quadrant is there is God, there is no God, you believe in God and you do not believe in God. So those are the 4 things. So if you believe in God and God exists, then you get eternal upside, is eternal gain. But if you believe in God and God does not exist, then then you have not really gained anything, nor have you lost anything. But if there is a God and you have not believed in it, then there is eternal loss. And if you don't believe in God and there is no God, then again you have not really gained, you have not really lost. So in three quadrants, you are having more gain than loss. So he said that if you are a gambling man, it is easier to believe that there is a God. So this is a very interesting phenomenon or logic that was used by Pascal, when he showed that even if you are a gambling person, then it is better to believe that there is a God than not to believe there is a God. Similarly, there was once an incident of Srila Prabhupada, and he was asked by a reporter. The reporter was asking, okay, this every day, 24/7, you are just chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And you are chanting this every single day, 24/7. But what if at the end of your life you find out that there is no Krishna? Then the Prabhupada says, okay, but then I'm not really lost out, because look at our life. We are dancing, we are feasting, we are celebrating festivals every single day or every other day, and we are having a very nice sattvic lifestyle. It is very, very much aligned with nature. And we are happy living simply. And then Prabhupada says, but now, he asked the reporter, but now what if there was Krishna? So, if there was Krishna, then you have just wasted your entire life by not believing in it. So, that's another incident that Prabhupada showed as an example of this Pascal's triangle to this reporter, that we are living a very happy life because we are chanting, we are feasting, we are dancing, and we are living a jolly good life. And even if there is no Krishna, then at least we have lived a good life. But in the off chance that there is Krishna, then we will gain tremendously. But you will have not gained anything at all. You are going to lose out on life. So that is Pascal's gamble. Now, some people, they try to cheat Krishna. How do they try to cheat Krishna? So in the Bhagavad Gita, in 8.6, Krishna says that whatever state whatever state of being one remembers when he quits the body, O son of Kunti, that state he will attain without fail. And even in the Shriman Bhagavatam, there is the story of Ajamil, who did all the wrong things in his life, but at the end moment, he called out the word or the name Narayan. He was not even addressing the Lord, he was addressing his son called Narayan, but by good fortune, he called out Narayan, and to pick him up came the Vishnu Duttas and also the Yama Duttas. So, people will look at this and say that, oh, we can cheat Krishna. It's very easy. Krishna just said that in 8.6 of the Gita, that whatever state of being one remembers when he quits the body, also Gandhi, that state he will attain without faith. So the everyone starts making big plans that, oh, I can do whatever nonsense I want in life, and at the end, I will make arrangements so that I can remember Krishna. I'll put on the Hare Krishna tune, I will keep pictures of Krishna next to my deathbed, and I will remember Krishna before I die. That way, I will be able to be saved in life and be able to go back to Krishna's loop at the end of life. Even many people, they want to travel, they travel to Vrindavan at the end of life because they say that if you leave your body in Vrindavan, you are assured to get liberation. So many people say that, okay, I'm going to spend my last few months on this earth staying in Vrindavan. But then Krishna is of course the biggest teacher. Such shortcut methods don't work. He will plan something or the other where you will not remember him at the time of your death. Even though you might try doing one of these things, he will make a scenario where you will not be, or the way you plan to die is not the way you will die. And so, for example, if you think you'll be in Vrindavan and you leave your body in Vrindavan, he will make like some sort of medical issue that you have to rush to a hospital in Delhi, and on the way to Delhi you will pass away. So you are outside the walls of Vrindavan. Or if you think that you just remember him, there will be a lot of pain when you die, that you will not think of anything else. You will think of everything else except Krishna. So it's not possible to achieve Krishna this way. You have to really endeavor to cultivate an unalloyed practice of devotional service and purify your heart and purify your consciousness to that level that no matter what happens, you always think of Krishna. And that is the way that you can actually truly get Krishna and his abode. And then Prabhupada says that even their commentators, unfortunate commentators, who have actually twisted so much messages of the Bhagavad Gita, when the Bhagavad Gita is actually very simple, very straightforward. Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita is called as it is. It is very simple, it's to the point, and it is to the right point. It is not meddled with the author's misconceptions or his own thoughts about what Krishna is trying to say. No, it's not that. He's made it very simple. But there are so many other commentators who have put their own understandings, their own misconceptions onto the words of the Gita, and they have tried to distort the message. And so Krishna says that they think that they are very smart by trying to find something new from the Gita, but in trying to find something new, they themselves will get confused in the flowery words, and then they will not be able to understand me at all. They will not be able to understand me. So, and Prabhupada says that unfortunate commentators will never be able to understand Krishna for any length of time. Because until you understand Krishna or read the Bhagavad Gita in the correct mood, which is the mood of non-enviousness and submissiveness, then only will the Gita make sense and will Krishna reveal himself to you through the words of the Gita. So, then we have different pastimes of how Krishna actually displayed his cheating propensity in his real life on earth during the Mahabharata time. So I'm just going to point out a few examples. So first of all, he tempted Duryodhana into not picking him and picking the Narayani Sena. So he cheated Duryodhana that way by saying that, I am not going to be taking any weapons on, and I'll be weaponless. I'll not wield any weapons, and I will not do anything. And so that tempted Duryodhana, who measured Krishna not by his spiritual value or the spiritual self, but in a very materialistic way. That he is nothing without weapons. Without weapons, no one is nothing. So he estimated Krishna's strength on a material level, while Arjuna was very much devotionally inclined. So he knew that Krishna was Bhagavan. So if Bhagavan is with you, then even if you don't have anything, you're still victorious. Even if you don't have anything, you're still victorious. A second episode is that Krishna helped Subhadra elope with Arjuna. Now Balaram had already given his word to Duryodhana that Subhadra will be his wife. But Subhadra did not want that. And so Krishna developed a plan such that Subhadra kidnaps Arjuna, and so that in that case, when somebody is kidnapped, or when a girl is kidnapped, then the male members or the male protectors have to fight the kidnapper. But here the kidnapper itself was Subhadra. So how can they fight Arjuna? Because he is the one who has been kidnapped. So Krishna was very intelligent, and he foiled Shakuni's plan by getting Subhadra to elope Arjuna. Not the other way around. Not Arjuna eloping Subhadra, but the other way around. That Subhadra elopes Arjuna. So that way he also foiled Shakuni's plan of trying to get the Yadav empire or the Yadav dynasty on their side. Then third one is during the Mahabharata war, Arjuna had taken a vow to kill Jayadratha, who was the brother-in-law of the Kauravas, because Jayadratha early in the war had prevented 4 Pandavas from entering the Chakravyuh to save Abhimanyu. And so when Abhimanyu fell, Arjuna took a vow that he will kill Jayadratha the next day. And if he does not kill Jayadratha, then he himself will mount the funeral pyre. And so the Kauravas tried to save Jayadratha for 1 whole day, but to no avail, because Krishna, just to lure Jayadratha out, he covered the sun with his Sudarshan Chakra, and he made an atmosphere of it already being sunset, so that it gives the impression that Arjuna is failed in his oath, and just to lure Jayadratha out. And when Jayadratha came out, Krishna brought back the Sudarshan Chakra, it became sunlight again, and it was time to fight, and Arjuna basically killed Jayadratha. Just to save his devotee, Krishna played this cheating game, just to cover the sun and create an ambience of sunset. Then number 4 is Krishna orchestrated the killing of Jarasandha by Bhima. So Krishna, Arjuna and Bhima went as disguised brahmanas to try and get charity from Jarasandha, because Jarasandha was killing brahmanas mercilessly. And so when he went as disguised brahmana, he said that I have one wish before you kill me, and that one wish is that I want to fight you. I want to fight you in wrestling, in the form of wrestling. And in that wrestling match, Bhima actually killed Jarasandha. And at that time, Duryodhana and Shakuni and everyone had gone to Jarasandha to try and get him to try to form political alliances so that Duryodhana can become the emperor. But this was again foiled by Krishna. So Krishna already cheated Shakuni out from this plan of his of trying to consolidate power. So there's so many different leelas of Krishna and how he is a master cheater. Because what does cheating require? Cheating requires a lot of intelligence. So when somebody plans something very, very great, it requires a lot of meticulous planning, because a lot of understanding and a lot of foresight. And so the opulence behind this cheating principle is the opulence of intelligence. And Krishna is the most intelligent person. So that is why he is the greatest cheater. Yes? Okay. Next one we have is splendor of the splendid. That's the second opulence. So what does splendor mean? So splendor means any great quality that attracts admiration and attention. And we already know that Bhagavan means the possessor of all opulences. And we have mentioned this time and time again that there are 6 main opulences. And Krishna has shown the 6 opulences throughout his life. So, 6 opulences are what? Knowledge, power, beauty, fame, wealth, and renunciation. And he showed all of this in his various activities during his Leela. Finally, we have next one, which is victory and adventure. So now the victory means what? Victory means success. So what is success? So the point of success, there are 2 points, or there are 2 definitions of success and victory. There's one which is a material victory, and the second one which is a spiritual victory. So material victory means what? So material victory or material success is success based on possessions and possessions, as we discussed earlier. It is based on the externals. While spiritual victory is success which is based on developing love for Krishna. And that developing of love is an internal thing. It's not an external thing. So material victory is based on externals. Spiritual victory is based on internals. Now what are the side effects of basing your success on externals and basing your success on internals? So when you base your success on externals, as I've already explained, is that there is a fear of losing out. So temporarily you will lose out and permanently you will lose out. So temporarily is when you lose some money or you lose your property while you are living. And the permanent losing out is when death comes and then you have to leave everything that you have. And there is a fear of rejection. While the side effect of spiritual victory is that because your success is based on internal development of love, and love is in your control. So when you show love, it will grow, and there are no setbacks to this type of success. There's only growth. There is no setbacks. There's no fall downs. There's only growth potential in spiritual success. And the pinnacle of spiritual success is when you've developed pure love for Krishna. And that pure love for Krishna is a permanent solution. It's not a temporary solution. It's a permanent solution. Because its subject, which is Bhagwan himself, is permanent, is eternal, and is always blissful. So when you base your success parameters on Krishna, then your success is permanent. But when you base it on material, temporary stuff, that is again temporary success, and it is fleeting, it goes away. And the journey to getting success, okay, for me getting good grades was a success. But the thrill of getting the good grades was very short-lived, because after I got good grades, then I had to move on in life and I had to go to the next chapter of life. It's not that I was able to stay in that moment and enjoy getting good grades every time and throughout my life. No, that moment passes. So that adventure, the thrill of success, material success, is very, very fleeting. While spiritual success, it's always growing. It's always growing. No matter how much service you do, you want to do more service, you want to develop more love, you want to develop more and more and more and more. So that thrill of spiritual success is also permanent. You're always going to get that adventure, the spiritual adventure of loving Krishna. That also increases over and over and over. It doesn't flee, it's not fleeting, it doesn't extinguish. And we've seen this in many examples of different devotees who have gone on the streets to do book distribution. And the thrill of getting somebody connected to Krishna, that thrill actually powers them to do more book distribution, because they see that, oh, I'm getting so much joy in connecting somebody else to Krishna. Not only I'm connected to Krishna, but I'm getting somebody else to connect to Krishna. So any endeavor that we do in spiritual life to try and get other people towards Krishna, that will or that success powers you on to do more and more, more and more. The more you do it, the more feeling of success you get, the more feeling of victory you get. So that's how spiritual victory and spiritual adventure is different than material victory and material adventure in the sense that it gives permanent results. It doesn't give temporary results. And then finally we have the last point, which is the strength of the strong, where Prabhupada writes in the purport that he quotes the Leela, the Govardhan Leela, that how Krishna, being a small boy, he was still able to lift the Govardhan hill effortlessly. He lifted it with his left hand and his pinky finger. And how long did he stand like that? He stood like that for 7 days and 7 nights. And was he struggling? No, because on his right hand he was playing the flute. So while at the same time he is holding the entire Govardhan mountain, which if today we look at it, its circumference is 22 kilometers. So imagine how big Govardhan mountain was. And he lifted it with his little finger, and at the same time he's playing the flute with his right hand. During the 7 days and 7 nights he was holding it. So it was like child's play. It was like it did not make any difference to Krishna. So that just shows how powerful Krishna was. And so Krishna says that I am the strength of the strong, because he is the source of all strength. He is the source of everything. So that's the end of this text. If there's any questions, please ask. Any commentaries? Okay, nothing. Shri Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai.